Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pongo's Ponderings. Pongo's Ponderings is a live podcast on Twitch that airs from at 5 p.m. Central and covers subjects of all different kinds. All views shared on this podcast are my own opinions. I do not claim any rights or truths. I'm not a professional, and I'm just here to have fun. With that being said, welcome to the show. I am going to unfortunately be starting out this show a little on the downside here. As you guys all know, that the past few weeks have been really crazy politically in the United States. Of course, with the assassination attempt of Donald Trump, it was pretty crazy. Things are still very high in tension and all that. I just want to say that, in my opinion, of course, that, and I hope that most people share the same opinion as me, is that, violence isn't going to solve anything, anything at all, especially, like anything. And the political violence is just outrageous. Honestly, like that's the whole point of our votes, right, is to try and vote them out. And if you think you can change something, why don't you should run and we'll vote for you and see if you can make a difference. You got to be that difference that you want to see, like the change in the world that, you got to try and be that. That's sort of like the way it goes, I guess. But yeah, the assassination attempt was pretty crazy, and to be alive and witness something like that, it makes you really worried for this country, really concerned, and that's why it's crazy, because everyone talks about it all the time. The unity and staying together and all that for years, as long as I've been alive and watched presidential races, campaigns, and things like that. People seem so divided on issues that they want to try and bring people together over after tragedies happen. And this could have been a lot worse. This attempt, and thankfully it didn't go as they planned. And Donald Trump's not a great guy, but he, no one deserves to be, shot, and political violence is just, it's not right. It's not right. He didn't deserve any of that. The people that died or got injured, they didn't deserve any of that. It's just horrible. It's horrible what happened, and it's really, a horrible thing and a sad thing to see happen in this country. It reminded me of January 6th. Almost seeing the stopping of the counting of the votes. It looked like democracy was ending. Could have ended that day. Almost certainly could have. Democracy is slowly on the brink of collapse, unfortunately. But it's not as bleak as it seems, because as we all know, Kamala is running, and Kamala is pretty strong, especially in comparison to Biden. She does have similar numbers, say, in the polls. However, she is definitely a better running mate, I'd say. It's not a great choice. It's not like, again, it's not like, I'm gonna vote for Kamala and stuff. But I think it's just a way better choice than Biden, and honestly, anything's a better choice than Trump. So, other than all of that, the wars going on in like Israel and in Ukraine, those are still going on. The whole, idea of like a war for like a holy land is just still going on in 2024 is beyond me. It's bizarre. And then of course Putin trying to bring back the former Soviet Union is what it seems like he's doing. Tensions rising with Finland, and it just makes so much sense, honestly, the history between the two countries. Who knows? Hopefully things don't pop off and don't get worse. But yeah, it's a lot of the the things going on, the only reason really that there's a lot of this violence and like especially at the Middle East, um, is just religion. It's not necessarily saying that religion is a bad thing altogether, but it is certainly um, not. It is certainly a part of it, right? It's like when people talk about how guns don't kill people, people kill people. Well, the guns definitely help. The guns make it easier. Um, and sure, people would treat people like this, still have wars all across the world. But I tell you what, religion helps. Religion really helps, really kind of gets things moving, gets things on the way. On the bright side, though, I would like to talk about some other interesting things, not so much political or anything like that. And if anyone, we all know, if anyone's ever familiar, that NASA has put, um, you know, rovers and whatnot on Mars, and we've been doing that for a long time now. And the technology has just gotten better and better and better, and so much so that the current rover that's on there now, they've actually found a rock. They've got to like look inside of it. There's all sorts of signs of, there used to be water there, that there's bacteria there. Like there's like an increase in methane, like in the ozone during the hotter seasons, which suggests there's bacteria. So technically there is life on Mars. NASA just doesn't confirm it. Science, they're very very adamant on not wanting to say, hey, here's what's going on, this is it now, like that's it. They just want to keep learning more before they can really make a clear statement on that. But yeah, is there life on Mars, David Bowie? Yes, there is. That's pretty cool. But life on Mars, life and just bacterial life. Everyone's always talked about that. Like, oh, just there can't just be life. Like the anthropomorphic Hollywood sort of style. Aliens life. But there could always be the bacterial life, and of course, we kind of assume there was, and of course there is. Honestly, it just is safe to assume though that there is life like that, like the Hollywood anthropomorphic, eyes forward, facing, standing upright sort of beings. It's not too far fetched. I mean, it's such a massive place, the universe, and almost certainly going to be some life out there. But the funniest part about it, I think, that is why the hell would they be here? I mean, I feel like there's two things. I feel like there's really just two things, right? Just two things. They've discovered us already, and there's so much trash on our planet. We're so primal still as a species. And there's trash not only on our planet, but around our planet. Like around and outside, like in space. That we are so much like other planets that they've seen, that it's kind of like a dating app, where they just kind of swipe one way. I don't know if it's like left or right, I don't use the apps or whatever, but like swipe left for no thanks or whatever. So I feel like that's what it is. They're like looking at like a list of planets, and it's like they see ours, no, they swipe, no thanks. They see another one just like it, no thanks, I'm not gonna go visit there. Honestly, we think we're special. I think it's an arrogant thing to think that way. Because of how massive the universe is, it's so likely that there is other life out there. But what I'm saying is that how likely is it that they've seen us or found us? I feel like that's pretty likely. But have they visited us? Why would they waste the resources and time to come visit us? Just that doesn't make any sense. And the funniest part of all of it would be, even if they did. So. Here's number two, right? Here's number two. people are saying they crash landed. That seems so that's ridiculous. Crash landed? You mean to tell me that there's aliens that have traveled, uh, you know, through the vast distance of space time, possibly even warped it to get here, has used an insane amount of resources, has an incredible technology to make it here from wherever they're from. Can likely go, of course, faster than light, or, like I said, warp space to just go from one spot to another. Um, I mean, the incredible, the insane resources and technology it takes to do that, um, to then show up and be on our ozone, and for some reason something goes wrong. Like something goes wrong, like they didn't get shot down or anything, because I'm sure they'd probably have some sort of, anti-missile or something, or anti-laser, a thing, and it would be way easier to not get shot. They're probably very used to flying in these atmospheres, conditions. There's nothing too off, really, about any of it. It would be really just a basic in and out mission, but for some reason, people believe that they've crash landed here. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. There's just no way. Crash landed? I think that if they were here, they've easily landed anywhere and not be seen and in and out. Usually it's probing, usually they send rovers or probes just outside. Um, but yeah, cloaking technology would be a reason why we haven't seen and things like that. I think that the coolest, like the Fermi paradox about how, if the universe is so massive and then there has to be life, then why isn't there life out there? There's a great solution to that's from that series. Remembrance of Earth's Past series that talks about the solution of the Fermi paradox being that there is no life out there because two things: it's either hiding to get its prey, or it's been wiped out. But anyway, that's all I really want to talk about today. So thanks for watching. See ya.